Hey everyone, it's Aureolin, and we're back to another episode of Aureolin's Heartrate Gaming, and we're back to my time at Sandrock. We were about to go into the research center because Mion has that black box she found, and we were going
Hey,
to get
we
Chi
got
to
started
open
without
it.
you. Hope you don't mind.
Alright, does that mean you opened it?
So, yeah, like I was saying, I've tried everything. Drilling, heat, drop.
Yes. I don't suppose you have a steel ball on you, do you?
Oh, sure, but what the? You. We.
Here's your bar back.
Thank you, Director. Whoa, look at all this old stuff. And there's a letter. I hope you're reading this under the light of the sun again and not still from the darkness. It's been 60 years since that event, which some people are starting to call the Day of Calamity. I hope this capsule can travel through time and show that whatever happened, there was some warmth in these dark times. Wishing you luck and a bright sun, Hicks. By Peach! It's a time capsule from the Age of Darkness! From right around the time of the first builder, Victor! What are the odds of us finding this? Wow. And everything here is preserved perfectly. What do you want to look at?
The handbook. Title reads Reclamation of Past Technology by Victor. This is probably a copy of one of the original documents from the first builder. It's the same book that most builders read when they're first studying to learn the trade. Look around you, it's a scene from the apocalypse, but it is also a treasure trove of wonders. If the human race is to survive this dark winter, we will need to make full use of the technology left over from before the war. Victor really knew how to look at the bright side even without a sun. It's one of the diagrams used by the first builders. It looks like a simple furnace, not that much different from one of yours. The note. A power stone, like any other, probably still usable. Note reads, use this to generate energy. Perhaps Hicks was worried people might lose track of how to use power stones in the future. The pickaxe. It's a standard enough looking pickaxe made of stone. Perhaps Hicks never learned to make anything sturdier than this, or perhaps he didn't want to part with one of his better tools. This wooden handle is a bit flimsy, but is doing pretty well considering its age. Shows no sign of rot, suggesting that the box was airtight. Okay, well that's everything.
Unfortunate. Based on the approximate age of the box, I was hoping we'd find something undiscovered. These are all objects of interest, but I'm afraid none are particularly unique.
This letter has a bunch of stuff about gangs and hurting people. Director, was the Age of Darkness really that bad?
Ah, I hadn't realized you had failed your history classes. How surprising. Allow me to enlighten you. Yes. In fact, this letter is rather tame in its descriptions. In the first 50 years after the Day of Calamity, the surviving population were lucky to locate even one proper meal per day, resulting in desperate panic and constant tribe-like warfare over resources.
That explains all the graves we found in the hazardous ruins.
In combination with the poor nutrition, poor hygiene, and lack of sunlight, which led to various physical ailments and illnesses, the result was the lowest average life expectancy in human history. All in all, the era is quite suboptimal for research, and I, for one, am rather glad to exist currently.
Gosh, that sounds so horrible. But at the same time, it really is amazing there were people back then like Hicks here who never lost hope. Can you imagine? If it wasn't for heroes like Hicks and Peach, we might still be underground and worrying about where our next meal might come from. Director...
Social history is not exactly an interest of mine. I suggest if you have more questions, you do your own research or someone who cares.
It would be really cool if they made a game during the Age of Darkness, like the first builders. That would be really cool to see.
Sure, Director. Thanks for all your help. Wow, what a find! I knew a bit about the Age of Darkness, but this is my first time getting such a hands-on experience with history. We need to try hard to carry on the legacy of these people from the past. That gives me an idea. Say, why don't we make our own time capsule? It could be our
Sounds
chance to
fun.
contribute our knowledge and experiences to the people of the future. Director, could you draw us out a...
No.
Fine. I mean, it's just a box. How hard could it be to come up with a design?
Let's
Why don't
do
you let me
it.
figure out what it's made of, and I'll send you a diagram as soon as I knew you'd be into it. While you're working on it, I'll gather up some historical stuff we can put in there. Maybe we can provide the people of the future with something more substantial than our old pal Hicks. Anyway, once you're done, bring the box to me. Then we'll go bury it. Oh, and let's each also bring one personal item that we want to send to the future. Make sure it's something that doesn't expire. Okay, it's a plan. Catch up with you soon.
A personal item, eh? Alright, so let's install Unshore's new rock shelf. Dun da da da, rock shelf. Install.
Hey, I was at work and I heard someone come in because my house is next door. And I'm glad it's you and not someone else. Whoa, you really pulled all the stops out on this one. Books, rocks, heck, you could just put about anything in there. Let me just collect all my rocks here and we can take this bad boy for a test display. Cool. Say, do you want to stick around for a bit? I mean, maybe you could help me decide which rocks to put where. All right, cool. Let me just put on some tunes to set the mood. So, the short of it is, I like to organize the rocks into 3 categories: high, mid, and low tier. The mid tier represents the one I think are all right, and definitely deserve a seat at the table, or a rock shelf. And low tier, well, those rocks I'm not a super fan of, but I'm sure other people like. Let's start with the top. First we got onyx, painite, zinc, and then this one. I don't know what it is. Onyx is dark and mysterious. It's pretty shiny, reflects light, makes you kind of wonder about the universe. Next is painite. Despite the name, it's really got nothing to do with pain. It's just a nice red rock. I've only ever found one before. She said it's super rare, maybe the only one in the world. So I guess you could say this rock is unique. Then there's zinc. Zinc is really useful. It's found in the wirings of our telegraphs, street lamp posts. Why, even the firing pin in our Civil Corps pistols are made of zinc. I'd hate to live in a world without zinc. Last but not least is this one. I had some stuff to say about the other ones, but not this one. Oh well. Ready to choose your
Not
favorite?
even like what
And
color it
hey,
is?
in case you didn't think the stakes were high enough, despite it already being in high tier, why don't we also choose the rock that makes us think of each other? I'll go first. Painite. Because it's the best rock, and you're the best rock.
But painite is red. Mer.
There can only be one best rock by definition, and I already said it was you. Okay, now you go.
What is useful
Wow.
zinc?
You think I'm useful as zinc? That's a tall order. I don't know if I can fill those shoes. No one's ever been able to make shoes large enough for zinc. That's why zinc wears no shoes. And tragically, I still and always do. Nice. They look good up here. High and mighty. Wondering what the peasant rocks are up to. Sorry, that was out of line. All rocks are great. Next is mid-tier. We have sulfur, selenite, and coal. Sulfur is toxic. I just like the way it looks. It's slightly toxic to touch, but definitely don't lick this one. It would make you pretty sick. Well, Captain licked it once and got sick. Guess it hasn't been tested on humans yet. I just wouldn't. Next is selenite. Some people call it selenite rose. Couldn't really recommend licking it either. I mean, maybe once or twice is fine. It's pretty much just salt. It'll dissolve if you lick it too much. Then you've got nothing, except maybe a tummy ache.
You make rock sound so fascinating.
Well, I just always thought they are. I never thought I'd have to convince anyone of it. Glad to know you're on the trolley now, though. Last, but again, not least, is coal. I place coal in the mid-tier because I just kind of like it. I mean, it is kind of an ugly chunk of gunk, only good for being used up, and then when it is, it harms the environment. But on the plus side, it's coal. I'm all picked out, I think. You're gonna have to fly solo from here on out, I think. Which one makes you think of me?
Wow, the way they word it. Toxic, salty, or ugly. I like selenite though.
Ah, yes. Salt. Nature's candy. I'm honored that you would even think to associate me with one of the world's most diligent and memorable condiments. Maybe one day I can work my way up to ketchup, the deputy of condiments. Alright, whew. Finally, we're about ready to wrap things up with low tier. Last and least. Need a minute? Or are you ready?
When you talk about your collection, you sound so charming.
Thanks. It's nice that you're listening. It's one of the things I like best about you. Not everybody likes to listen. I don't mind if they don't, but it's better when somebody does. Especially when it's you doing the listening.
I'm sure
Gotta write
so
that one
cute.
down. Later. On paper. Alright, final tier. These are a lot of what people call regular rocks. Granite, sandstone, marble. Some of them have bits of quartz in them that sparkle in the sunlight. Some of them are quartz. When it comes to squeaking into bottom tier, the main thing I look for here is hustle. What shape is the rock? Does it look like it's a hard worker? Does it look like it started from the bottom and now it's trying to get into the bottom tier? This piece of granite to me looks like a fluffy cloud. The fact that such a hard, sturdy piece of rock could be so fluffy and cute makes me think I can be whatever I want to be. This sandstone, the fact that it's called a sandstone and not a sandrock, despite its location, I can't help but admire its rebellious spirit. This quartz, there are many others like it, but this one's mine. It's the most common crystal in the world. Tuh, if you don't count feldspar. In some places, it's see-through. In other places, it's milky and not so see-through. Is it hiding secrets? Is it transparent about other things? When light passes through, it creates a rainbow. Even though it's common, its shape is unique, the same way every snowflake is unique. And when it wants to, it can create an amazing display of color. Like just about any crystal really. That's why quartz is bottom tier. So now I ask, which of these do you think represents us? Sorry, I keep changing the rules of this game and stuff. I kinda just made it up on the spot. Need to work out the bugs. So yeah, which one is us?
Feldspar. Hopeful granite. Rebellious sandstone. Is quartz the romance option somehow? I wouldn't have picked quartz, but that's the heart one.
Yeah, in a weird way, I think it is.
Oh, why
Wow,
isn't quartz
there you
on
have it.
there?
That took a lot longer than I expected, but the results speak for themselves. This is probably the best display I've ever seen. Thanks for helping me. Feel free to come and check out the rocks anytime. Doors always open. See ya.
Cool. Thanks, Unsure. Contemplating rocks for a compressed eternity has furthered your rockkin status. Toughness increased. Haha, nice. Sweet. That's cool that they've thrown in those random extras now. That's really cool. I'm a little like Owen has always he's been like the top one I've had my eye on since like the very earliest sneak peeks at characters. Like Owen was the one I had my eye on. And he has like no real romance quests, and I'm really surprised because he has such a friendly personality that I really thought he would have some really cool romance quests, and he really doesn't. I mean, unless they've added some that I just haven't seen yet, but they all just seem very friend based, and I'm kind of like a little bit sad about that.
Good, you're up.
Oh.
I'm also up. I like daytime because that's when the sun is out. It makes it much easier to see everything. Hey, I have an idea for something that will be really fun. Well, unless we get attacked by monsters or something along the way. But if that doesn't happen, should be good.
Okay.
Can you meet me tomorrow at 8 p.m.? Great.
Yeah?
Bring that rock with you too. The one I gave you that looks like a cartoon heart,
Oh.
but not a real heart, because that would be weird. Don't forget, tomorrow at 8 p.m. I'll have everything ready.
Okay. Oh, Chi has something to say. What's up, Chi?
Ah, here you are. I need to inform you of my conclusions. After
Okay.
careful analysis, it seems that, in fact, I like you.
Aww. Can you prove your hypothesis?
Hear me out. I do not jump to any conclusions. Quite the contrary. In fact, wait. Did you say that you feel the same? That's fantastic. Seems that my calculations are correct after all. Let me tell you how I was able to prove that statement. I made 4 hypotheses after I got shocked. First hypothesis was electrical leakage at the research center. This was proven to be false through my detector. What I did first was to turn my thermal electronitron to 100 volts and test all possible nodes at the center. Then I changed it to 1000 volts and tried again. Anyways, the result was that there was no leakage at the research center. The second hypothesis was that the shock was caused by a condition in my heart. However, I should have been getting stronger lately due to my training for the mobile suit. My heart rate did not deviate from my regular 120 beats per minute, average for someone with a caffeine consumption as high as mine. Besides, the doctor's diagnosis also said that I was healthy, thus the second hypothesis was false. The third hypothesis was that the shock came from static electricity due to physical contact. My investigation of static shock at Vivi's showed me that the shock I experienced was completely different, which means the truth should be my fourth hypothesis. That is, it's a reaction caused by my proximity with the one I like. Another piece of information I received was the statement from you that you like me too.
Will you just hug me already?
Yes, of course. I remember the thrill I had when I was able to complete a research essay in a single day on the dynamics of a two-body problem. But that amount of excitement is only a fraction of how I feel right now.
Aww. Chi voluntarily giving physical contact. Aw, look at it. Ow. Okay, enough of that. Oh, okay, so the end. Chi is your boyfriend now. Aw, I like Chi a lot. He's probably one of the top contenders right now, honestly. Like, I like Unsure a lot, too. He's really cool. I mean, and obviously I'm excited for Logan. Fang is really sweet. I still really like Owen, but she is definitely a top contender. Oh, man. I don't know. Alright, let's see what mail we got. What do we got? From Mion. This is the time capsule. When you finish it, bring it to me and we'll bury it. Time capsule. Acquire. Amira. Oh, is it finally? Yeah, it's the electrical kiln. Okay, so we'll have to see what that requires to build. Alright, so there's something over here.
I mean, I ain't saying no exactly, but...
That's good, Sheriff. Then you'll be over at 7 p.m.?
Oh, is this another Unsure?
No, hold on there. Not exactly
quest.
no, ain't exactly yes.
That sounds awfully paradoxical, sir.
Yeah, not so much of a paradox as it is a vague statement. Forget it. Well, can I bring the builder?
Of course, Sheriff.
I don't care what's going on, I'm in.
I'm planning a dinner party tomorrow night. Captain can't make it, but I still want Justice to come. The theme is soup.
Yeah, I hear you. And I ain't saying I don't want to come.
So you do want to come?
Well, I just don't want the builder to miss out, you know? But if they're busy.
Are you busy tomorrow night?
You already invited me to another thing.
Ah, that's great.
All right. 7 p.m. at my house. You don't have to bring anything, but you can if you want. Just make sure it's smaller than a house.
I've been putting this off. He's a good partner, but kind of weirds me out a little. I always wanted to keep our relationship, you know, professional.
I think Unsure is cool. Yeah, he's a little weird. Exactly. Like, what's up with the rocks? I think he's cool.
Yeah, maybe I just ain't taking the time to get to know him. Like, really know him, you know? Though, he's been on the force for some time now. Reckon I probably owe this one to him, huh?
If it was just me and him hanging out, don't know what we
And
talk
it ain't
about.
like I'm trying to avoid it. I just needed some backup. Well, with you there, I reckon it's gonna be fun, actually. It'll be good to get to know the fellow who's always got my six a little better.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for coming with me. I'll see you there, partner.
Sounds good. I'm not sure how that's going to work because I have 2 Unsure quests triggering at 7 tomorrow. Oh my goodness. I guess I shouldn't have gone and collected it. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and install the cable fix thing for Dan B and Ryan. Get that all installed. Burgess is like super excited. Great work. This looks much sturdier than before. Come now, Burgess. We gotta place the finishing touches before the couple shows up. Or are they coming right now? Oh, I guess, oh, wow, geez, finishing touches. That's a lot more than just some finishing touches. He's not here yet? Oh, Riri, why are you here? Where's Burgess? He said he had us a water emergency. Dan, I dunno. Arvio told me to meet him here. He was super vague about why, though. There's no here on the door. Press me.
Wow.
Those guys, they're so sweet. So, shall we? How cool. Can we use this on our dates now? Look at the view. Happy anniversary, Dan. Happy anniversary, Riri. We should come here often. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a job well done. There's nothing greater than a couple in love, as my pa always says. Just two people in love. It can move the sky. Walt did a wonderful thing here today, and hey, maybe we could take that special someone here soon too. Well, I guess I'd better be getting back. X isn't going to be happy watching the shop for too long. And I need to file a complaint against myself for misreporting a water emergency as well as abusing my position, all in the name of love. Tram cart date spot unlocked. Alright, sweet. We can use it on our dates. That's awesome. I'm excited. Alright, got the electric kiln made, so let's install that for Amira.
Amazing! This is it! Fantastic work! I knew you could do it. It seems your job is done, but you don't have to be so quick out the door. That is,
Why?
if you wanted to stay for a while, you certainly could.
Alright.
Right. Of course. You'd like to see the effort you put into this thing in action, no? Indeed. Let us fire it up. If I'm being absolute honest, I'm a bit afraid to turn it on. What if that masked man is right? What if I can't make the ceramics like he's encountered on his travels? I hope you're right. Though, I'll admit, the whole encounter left me rather uncomfortable. I wanted to set a good example for Arvio.
Alright, well
I
then
wanted to show him
make
that we shouldn't
awesome.
let ourselves be put down by haughty businessmen. He has a history of letting himself be pushed around, you know. It is very difficult, though, defending one's art in the face of such a connoisseur. Do you think so? I was actually quite terrified. In fact, in the moment, I think it was your advice that came to mind. That mysterious man was being a creep, as you say. A bit cowardly to say such things to my face from behind a mask, isn't it? In any case, I need to stop feeling sorry for myself. Both you and Arvio believed in me enough to get us this far. So, I simply try my... Let's begin!
Yep, let's do it. Blah, 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 blah. Glaze, glaze, glaze. Now we can make colorful pots. Yay, mine has lots of yellow.
You need to keep your hands steady. Try not to shake. Control your breathing. From a distance, I can't tell who worked on which. You've got quite a knack for these kinds of things. Once the glaze is finished, I'll send one of them to you.
Oh,
Thanks
sweet.
for spending time with me. It was nice chatting and working on this project together. Perhaps it could be said that we make a good team.
Sure.
I'll see you soon. Goodbye for now.
Alright. Kiln complete. Alright. I've also got the time capsule box done.
Aha! Meet the new box.
Yep.
Same as the old box, or just as sturdy at least. Well done. I'll bet this thing would last 1,000 years,
Sweet.
you overachiever. I've got my stuff. Are you ready to go bury the box?
Oh.
Just give me your personal item and I'll put it in.
Personal item? Prepare an item to put in the time capsule and gift it to Mion. Oh. I forgot about that part. Alright, so I'm hoping she'll take seeds, because I think that'd be a cool thing to put in there, but
Hi.
I also made a pick hammer
Elsa's
just in case. Oh, so I guess I could gift anything. I mean, I feel like seeds would be a good thing to put in
Good
there.
choice. Maybe people in the future will write about this stuff in their history books. You ready to go? Let me know and we'll head out.
So maybe it's kind of the same as giving her a gift. If you give her something she likes, it's better. I don't know. Go over by Mount Roxanne. I found a place I think no one will bother with. You ready to go? Let me know and we'll head out. Okay.
You ready? All right, let's...
Yeah, let's go.
All right, this is the spot. I put our stuff inside. Mine included a few builder materials following in Hicks tradition. I also included some historical records, as well as some of the best literature we New World people have produced, including a copy of my favorite episode of Doyle Arthur. For my personal item, well, I thought it'd be good to take a picture of us together.
Oh.
I mean, because, well, it didn't seem fair not knowing what Hicks looked like. They should know what the two builders of Sandrock looked like. Otherwise, our story doesn't mean as much, don't you think?
Good
Here,
thinking.
we can use my camera.
I have a camera. Oh. Okay, so. Whatever, good enough. Picture. Hooray.
Hey, look at us! We look like pros. Oh, I guess we should write a letter too, huh? That was the most interesting part of Hicks's box. What should we write about?
Hope for true love for all. Hope for the environment. Hope for technology. Hope for world peace. Environment!
Ah, of course! Nature is the most valuable resource we have. Even if we could uncover all the secrets of the old world, it wouldn't mean a thing if we didn't have a place to live. I'll write about that. Okay, everything's ready. Let's give our time capsule a proper send-off.
There we go.
That's that. I can only imagine one day there'll be other people opening up our time capsule, reading our letter, and being transported back to our time.
Yes,
How-
that's the point of it.
I guess this is my way of telling to the world that I was here, that I existed, and I'm doing my best. Whew. Also, I put a latch on our box to make it way easier to open. Thanks again. It's so nice to have someone who shares my interests here in town. I'll let you know if I dig up anything else cool.
Alright, sounds good. Okay, while we're over here, go ahead and install this sand runner kiosk thing.
All right. This looks great. You're legit, builder. And you're gonna love what we do at the Sand Runner Extravo Plaza. I guarantee
Extravo
it.
Plaza.
I'll be in my museum devising plans.
Okay.
I'll make sure this is the best dang attraction this town has ever seen. Check your mailbox. I don't want you missing the opening ceremony.
Alright, so sand running's gonna be a thing soon. Nice. Alright, let's see how this is gonna trigger.
Hey, you're here.
Alright.
Justice is at the dining table already.
They look like they were in two
You two can
separate
talk a while.
places. I hope
Maybe avoid the
they're not
subject of
gonna
soup
skip
ingredients.
time.
I may have worn him out on the topic already.
Hey, glad you're here. He introduced me to his friend, Wilson. It's kind of freaking me out. I swear he's giving me the stink eye.
What? Wilson? No.
Food's ready.
Thanks, Unsure. Hey, this looks really good.
Thanks. I made it. From stuff.
From stuff.
Made it from the stuff.
Wow, I didn't know you were a
Thank you.
chef.
Yeah, I didn't know you could cook so well. When did you learn that?
I don't know. I just read what's on the page.
Huh. Yeah, I guess that is pretty simple.
Yeah.
Well, you follow instructions well.
Thanks, boss. That means a lot.
Yeah. So, seen any nice rocks lately?
Yeah, I saw a great one the other day.
Can I see it?
It looked pretty comfortable where it was, so I left it.
Ah,
Whistle. When did you join the Civil Corps? What were you like when you were young? Well, I guess let's talk to
oh,
Justice a
heck.
bit.
Getting nostalgic, are we? I guess. I played around a lot. Used to follow around my old boss. Thought he was the meanest yak hand I ever seen.
You used to be young, Sheriff?
I'll take that as a compliment. Me and Owen used to play sheriff and sand bandit. I guess I always had it in me, huh?
Wow, Sheriff. That was a great story.
Less of a story, more of a statement, but what about you, Unsure? When I picture you when you were little, well, I just imagined a tiny you.
Right on the money, boss. Especially when I was a baby. Real tiny. I used to collect pebbles, too. How things change, huh?
Yeah, that's right.
I'm not a baby anymore. I can see that.
Yeah?
Nothing. Nothing.
Shoot anything recently, sir?
Well, I mean, you've been with me recently.
Yeah, of course. That's right. Saw the whole thing.
Did you ever meet the old sheriff? What was the old sheriff
Aw,
like?
man, you don't even know. Things that guy could do.
Sounds like you really respect him, boss.
Respect him. I would have given my life for him. And he would have given his right back. He was always there to support us.
Sounds a lot like you, Sheriff.
Aw, shucks, Unsure. Thanks. But if old B3 was still around, he'd make guys like us look like oblong rutabagas and week-old tater salad.
Harsh words, don't sell yourself
I ever
short.
tell you about the Sandrock Hotel standoff?
The Sandrock Hotel standoff? No.
All right, so picture this. Guy had gone into the Blue Moon. This was way back, mind. Before Owen's day. Was called the Sandrock Hotel. Guy was a mean piece of work. Kinda eyes that you know were looking for trouble. Covered his face with a mask, but you can still see that scowl underneath. Kind of face that brought fear to the eyes of regular folk. Got a 6-shooter, carrying a sack to put the goals in. He walks in and just starts blasting. Right? Lucky no one was killed, but dang. So, he starts blasting and looks Owen's pa in the eye. Says, "Give me all your money." Now, Owen's pa was a smart man. He ain't about to throw down his life for some gold. So God leaves, heads outside and comes face to face with B3.
Whoa.
Whoa's right. B3's standing there, facing down this devil. Ain't a drop of fear in them eyes. B3 just says, "That ain't right of you, friend. We treat each other good in this here town." And this robber just lets out this cackle, like some maniac.
What happened next, boss?
Well, quick as lightning, B3 shoots that there gun right out of his hand, throws down his own, and tackles the guy. I swear, Sheriff's Honor, B3 had an eagle-eye shot and ain't one for killing. Didn't want to draw no blood. So guy gets thrown in jail, locked up and shipped off to Atara. Ain't never heard from again.
That's really cool, boss.
Yeah, I ain't seen a shot like that ever since.
I wish I could have met him.
Yeah, me too, buddy. I reckon he could have taught you a lot.
You've taught me a lot too, Sheriff.
Huh?
No.
Yeah, pretty much everything other than like walking, talking, a couple other things. I know I learned from you.
Well, thank you, Unsure. I didn't know that.
Well, I guess I taught you something too then, boss.
Haha, I guess you did. Ain't that something? Well, it's getting kind of late.
Right.
You know, I had a lot of fun tonight.
That's cool. You didn't have to.
Yeah, if I'm honest, I was a little apprehensive.
Why, boss?
Well, I usually find your unique brand of weirdness to be abrasive rather than endearing.
Understandable, sir.
But I reckon I misjudged you. You're a good cop and a great guy, let alone chef. What do you call this here yellow soup anyhow?
Thank you.
Don't worry about it. Anyway, I reckon we gotta head now.
See you tomorrow, Sheriff. Bye.
Hey, thanks for coming with me tonight. Really think I got the guy all wrong. I guess you just gotta break that surface. That weird, rock-obsessed surface. Well, I'm ahead. See you later.
All right. Now, can I get to this on time? Quick. Made it.
Did you remember the special rock I gave you?
I did.
Great. I have special plans for it. I'm really glad you're here. Sometimes it feels like we never get to do stuff together. You're always building things. I'm always walking around looking for bad guys. I wish we had more time to do stuff like this instead. You may have noticed this extraordinary pile of rocks next to all the regular rocks that are usually here. I chose them especially for our date tonight. You know I love to stack rocks in different ways. It's been a relaxing and creative outlet for me. Lately, I've also been thinking about everything I do better when it's with you. Then it hit me. If stacking rocks by myself is my favorite thing to do, doing it with you will be the most favoritist thing ever. So here's my plan. I'll make part of this thing thinking about you and how happy I am when I'm with you. If you do the same and finish the parts I left empty, then it'll be like the rock version of our love. Huh? No, it is our love in rock form. Well, without further ado, let's get this party started. Quick, what's your favorite color? But you can only choose Rufus or Sepia.
Sepia.
Nice. Darker than brown, lighter than black. Okay, perfect. I was hoping you'd say that. Okay, next. What's your favorite shape? But you can only choose mountain, heart, or thumbs up. These are the only shapes I know how to make.
Mountain.
Aha, mountain. Wise choice. That's the biggest rock there is. If we're gonna make a rock version of our love, go big or go home. Am I right? Start with a good foundation. Okay, I'll put this one here. Huh. Oops, almost dropped one. Now for the final piece. You can add the stone that symbolizes our love yourself. It goes right on top.
It's kind of more on the bottom, but okay. Aw.
This might be the best night of my life, and now you've left a piece to remember it by. A complete stack, made by us, steady, just like in a strong relationship, which we have. Strong and steady, like a rock? Oh, now I see what you were saying before. Thank you for coming out here. I know stacking rocks isn't everyone's favorite thing to do. You're really good at it though. It's late. We should get you home and tucked in for the night so you won't be too tired tomorrow. I mean, you look kind of cool when you have shadows under your eyes, but it's a bad habit. Sweet dreams, my love.
Oh my gosh, why does he have to be so sweet? You're making this hard. Hard to say no. Wait, I have a commission for you. Okay, we're gonna wrap this episode up right here. That was a lot. We got through a lot of the side missions. There's still some spots on my map like this one and this one that I've just been actively avoiding just to try not to trigger more than I can handle, but I think we're getting caught up. So we're just waiting on a letter for the opening ceremony of the sand sledding, and then that should move on the main quest. So if you enjoyed, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. See ya!